Now will we see the magic?
All right, where's Murray? Okay, who is it?
This is Jesus, kid.
Know then that it is the year 10,191.
Yes, we are bored. We're all bored now.
Hi, good night.
Good night.
Hello, and welcome to Mary vs. the Movies with your host, Mary Jones.
And this is Howard Cosell, and let me tell you, this place is a zoo.
Jesus.
No, this is actually Dennis Ling. I'm sorry.
No!
I hope I didn't fool anyone.
Wow! Here's the thing. I have a feeling our audience is old enough that they remember Howard Cosell, and I don't.
My dad had a book by him. I wish I could find that book. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I assume it's somewhere in the house. Maybe. Who knows? I don't remember Howard Cosell. I mean, I know who he is.
Do you remember Walter Cronkite?
Yeah. Well, he wasn't still on TV when I was a kid. He was still around. He was doing stuff on television. He was voicing, documentaries on, the history.
Breakdancing?
Yeah, sure. Breakdancing. He was still around, but I mean, he wasn't the TV news anchor when I was a kid. It was Dan Rather.
Yeah.
Howard Cosell wasn't dead when I was a kid or anything, I don't think. But as I know who he is because of impressions of him, but I don't remember him on television.
I do.
Because you're old.
I'm old.
So, I have a feeling the movie we're going to watch today, I'm sure there is like a Howard Cosell impression in it.
Or something.
Because he was ubiquitous.
He was.
Was he on ABC?
Yeah, I think so.
Whatever.
I'm trying to picture his jacket. But I don't know.
Wasn't it like yellow, maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know. So, we're watching a little movie called Animalympics. I have no idea if I said that right. We'll go with it.
It makes me think of that, Animorphics,
Oh, the Animorph books as a kid?
Yeah.
No, it's not like that at all. I don't think humans turn into animals in this. I think it is just purely, we're in like kind of that thing where like, say, DuckTales where everybody's an animal.
Yeah.
So have you ever heard of this
Never.
cartoon we're going to watch?
Not
Okay.
until you threw it into the mix of the coin flip.
So that's interesting because I know this came out in like 1980, which means you were not too old to have seen it. You would have been 9.
Yeah.
Did you watch cartoons when you were 9?
No, I was beyond cartoons. By
Were
then.
you? were you beyond cartoons when you were like 18? Yeah, exactly. Nobody's beyond cartoons. That doesn't mean you saw this though. I have the vaguest memory of this movie, so I thought it was fine to pick because I know I saw this as a child. I'm pretty sure it aired on HBO. My parents probably taped it. We didn't have cable. We had a satellite. For whatever reason, they didn't run cable through my neighborhood in Philadelphia. I don't know what that was about, but we were able to have a satellite dish on our roof. And so we got some stuff. We would get Prism, and we got HBO, but I don't remember any other channels that we got.
We never had HBO growing up, so that's why I missed Fraggle Rock and all that stuff. My dad, he was out of work for a while, and at one point he was going to get a job as a satellite salesman.
Uh-huh.
I was so psyched. I was like, oh, we can actually finally get HBO and whatever.
Yeah.
And he didn't get it or something. Some reason we never got it. So.
Aw.
Yeah.
Well, I did for, I don't know, probably a year or two. And then, like, the satellite stopped working, and my parents just kind of gave up. And,
yeah. The moon got in the way.
Yeah, who knows? I don't know. I just remember at some point my dad getting up on the roof and just yelling down to us, like, can you see anything? And I don't remember if that was, like, dealing with the satellite or if that was dealing with the antenna, because, of course, we also had an antenna. But so I do remember, my parents would tape stuff off of the satellite when they could. So, I brought up last week I was watching.
Don't tell anyone.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So I brought up last week watching things like Dot and the Bunny and Toby and the Koala and all these like Australian things. I'm pretty sure that's how we saw them, was like through some satellite channel. Not necessarily from Australia, but like, just stuff that they were taping. As soon as like VCRs were a thing, my parents bought one. It was like the kind that looked like tape recorders, so they had the big buttons that you would press down, you know?
Cool.
Yeah, we had a real old-fashioned. So so I have a vague memory of them taping something called Animalympics, and all I remember about it is, one, it is animals, anthropomorphic animals doing Olympic sports.
Summer Olympics?
Yeah, Summer Olympics. Well, no, actually, I'm not entirely sure. I think it was both because back in those days, it was you do all the Olympics in one year. They
Yeah.
didn't divide it up until I don't know the end of the '90s, maybe.
Though they would be in different cities still.
Yeah. So no, the Winter Olympics would be in a different city than the Summer Olympics, obviously, but it would all be in one year, though, from what I remember. Do you remember when they split them?
I think in the 90s.
Yeah.
Because I feel like 94 and 96, there were two Winter Olympics or something like that.
Yeah, maybe. 94 would have been like the correct Olympics because 88 was Seoul.
So no.
In 94.
When you say correct, it would have been 92. So 88, then 92.
No, shut up with your math.
Sorry.
I hate math. No, you're right. Damn it. I was an English major. Whatever. The point is, I just remember it is animals. They're doing Olympics. And only thing I remember from this movie is there is an extended sequence that has something to do with a Winter Olympic sport. And it becomes a whole riff on the movie Lost Horizon. Do you know the movie Lost Horizon?
No.
Okay. This is the kind of nerd I am.
Okay.
Lost Horizon is a film from the 1930s directed by Frank Capra, and it's an adaptation of like a hugely popular novel about a bunch of white people who go missing in Tibet and find Shangri-La
Huh.
and are welcomed there by the Lama of Shangri-La.
Did they do something like that in Antarctica? Like a sci-fi version of that?
This story has been adapted many times, and this is one of them.
Yeah.
From what I remember, where you are up in like the mountains somewhere, and these people in Lost Horizon, like their plane crashes, and they're in this frozen wilderness of the Himalayas, and they somehow find their way into this valley where it's always spring because these people have achieved enlightenment, and they get to stay there. And isn't this great? Until at some point, you become bored with enlightenment, and you return back to the real world, and then you experience pain and misery, and then decide I have to go back. It's Lost.
Yes.
It's freaking Lost, right? Lost is just the Lost Horizon. Oh my God, that's why they called it Lost. God damn it.
I'm sure they even think that far ahead.
No, they probably did think that far ahead, but like I just realized that's why it's called Lost.
Yeah.
Man.
They should do a sequel show called Horizon.
Anyway, so yeah, they have like a whole riff on
Hurley's Horizon.
Sure. So they have the only thing I remember from this movie that I saw as a kid was there's a whole extended riff where a dog person.
Dog.
Yeah, there's dogs.
Nice.
A dog person finds his way into Shangri-La. I think that's what happens in this movie, but the rest of it is just the high jump. Yeah, I'm dead serious.
Okay. I have no clue what we're
Maybe
in for.
look, I had a lot of fevers as a kid. Maybe I invented all of this. Who knows? This is what I think happens in this movie.
All right.
At some point, a dog is skiing and he ends up in Shangri-La, and the rest of it has to do with like I don't know, running a relay. Maybe I'm wrong.
Wow.
So, you got your questions?
Several. Is there a love triangle?
Oh, there might be.
Okay.
Animals. Why not?
Yeah. Think there's a cool car?
Nah.
Any car? Like, do you think
Maybe.
there's a
Yeah.
tiger driving a car? A
Sure.
tiger in his tank? Yeah.
Wait a minute. Does that? I mean, I know it doesn't mean that, but it makes it sound like it runs on cannibalism. I mean, really, when you think about what oil is made of, sure, why not?
Angry dad.
Nah.
Angry,
Angry Coach?
Angry Coach.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Sure.
Angry Coach.
Probably. Exactly.
Polar bear.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you remember specifically a
No,
polar
I
bear?
don't. I don't remember anything.
Giraffe.
Probably. I don't
Okay.
know. Could be. I literally I don't remember anything except I feel like there's a cheetah in one of the races, which
course.
seems unfair.
Yeah.
But I actually don't remember if that's true or not.
Do you think there's a rabbit and a hare in the race?
You know what? I'll be a little disappointed if there isn't.
I know.
Right?
Yeah. So there's a dog.
There's a dog. There's a dog dude.
there's no surprise there. Death.
No. Come on. It's kids. It's Olympics. They're not going to kill anybody.
It's not gonna be like a Bambi style
No.
murder.
Come on.
Okay.
Nobody was that dare. I mean, come on. We've already crossed into the 1980s. No.
So is it USA versus Russia?
Oh,
Do
I
you
don't. I
remember?
have no idea.
Okay.
No idea.
So, do you remember? Is there good guys? Is there bad guys? Is there
No idea.
someone trying to sabotage the good guys?
Could not tell you. No idea.
Okay,
I don't think so.
I think there is.
Okay. Sure.
Cartoon. There has to be.
I mean, there might be. I couldn't tell you.
All right. Like stuff imported to their shoe, or I don't know.
No. No, I have no. First of all, I have no idea. But also, no.
Do we see their sleeping quarters? Like
Are you
where they all hang
asking
out?
if we see like the you know as well as I do, it is just a nonstop orgy in the Olympic Village. Are you asking if we see the animals going at it?
Not in so many words.
I'm just laying it
Am I
out on the
asking
table. Aren't you though?
Well, what do you think?
No.
Oh no. Of course not. Of course not. This was for
God,
kids.
this isn't cute. Look, it's not cool.
Sorry, this is close to the 70s.
Yeah,
You
come
know,
on.
things were pretty weird
This isn't
back
Fritz
then.
the Cat, Dennis.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what's the format of this. Is it like following one guy?
No, I
or
think it's a bunch of
dog?
vignettes.
Okay.
I think it's just a bunch of vignettes, kind of like when you watch the Olympics. It's just like, oh, now we're watching swimming. Now we're watching running.
It's like Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, it's like this Animalypics is just like Pulp Fiction.
Okay. It'd be kind of cool if it like has a non-linear storyline.
Sure.
All right. Do you want to watch this?
Yes.
Okay.
I may regret this. I forgot literally everything in this film. Is this a film? I mean, was it ever actually like screened in theaters?
I think it at least overseas.
Oh, okay, that doesn't count.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
well, you know what? I think actually I take that back. I did read the winter sports stuff was originally its own short, and I think it was nominated for a best animated short in the Oscars.
Thing is, the animation isn't bad.
Oh no, I love the animation in this. This has
It's like better than most 80s animation.
well, it is better than most 80s animation. It is fluid.
Yep.
It uses that. What was that term?
Squash and
Stretch.
stretch. Yeah.
Right. So there is an animation term, squash and stretch, which is, when characters look bouncy. When
Tigger.
Tigger comes to
Basically.
mind, but basically anything where the character jumps up and down and they squish and they stretch. I mean, it's literally what you're thinking of. But imagine an anime character has a very fluid motion, and the way you put it to me was it gives the character gravity.
Yeah. Or weight.
Weight. It gives them weight in a way that animation today just doesn't really do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. But there is something about the way that we animate film now using computers instead of sitting there drawing it by hand. And I don't think I don't think it has to be tied to a change in medium, but it definitely is tied to a change in medium.
Like, it's something I think it's taught to all animators. It's that, but I think Disney purposely exaggerated it in the 30s, and people have been copying that ever since. So, like, and you can know it when you see it. Like, you can see, like, it's like, I don't know. It just feels like there's more weight to each character. It's not even necessarily gravity. It's because there's a momentum, and everything is just kind of conveyed.
There is a physics involved.
Yeah.
That even though a character is obviously not real, it has a realness to it. As you say, a weight, a gravity. They have a sort of physics to their movement that makes it more enjoyable to watch in a way that a lot of animation done purely with computers now feels dead.
It looks kind of like animatronics, like when you see, an animatronic at
Disney World.
There's just something about how it moves. It just feels mechanical, and it's doing what a human does or something, but it just...
And even when, and look, there are definitely modern cartoons that I like, but there's still a sort of flatness to them, even when they are two-dimensional animation, right? Because I'm not just complaining about, say, the big Disney films where everybody looks like a vinyl doll, right? Yeah. Although I really don't like that. But there is a sort of flatness to everything, like, I don't know, they just feel dead in a way. Even in something that, where, like, say the limbs are rubbery, there is not a rubberier show. That's not a word, but whatever. There's not a more rubbery show than Adventure Time.
Yeah.
Right? And they at least try to do some of that stretch and squeeze and whatnot. But
stretch and squeeze.
Or whatever. What is it called? Squish and stretch? I don't know.
Squash and stretch.
Whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Look, I don't study this art stuff. That's for nerds. But anyway, look, so what I like about the animation in this is it is that older style, which at the time was just the current style. But as you say, this looks so much better than a lot of stuff that was being made at the time. Yeah. Even though the copy we're looking at was, it has an age to it, obviously. It's not, 4K. It's not cleaned up. This is just, languishing on Tubi and I guess Amazon. But
yeah, it uses a lot of the same logic as a Warner Brothers cartoon, although I think the line weight is a little less.
Yes. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
It doesn't quite have the stylized line of a Warner Brothers.
Right. Yeah. It's not quite Chuck Jones.
Yeah.
But Looney Tunes is right, because there are some visual gags that they go for in here, especially with the gymnasts.
Among other gags.
Well,
like just about every gag you can fit
think
into
of
a thing.
Yeah, so let me start off with complaining. Okay, too many fat jokes.
Oh yeah.
It's just of the time, and I get it, but like, I don't need that many fat jokes. Come on, guys. That's not the height of humor.
Let's just say too much Billy Crystal.
Too much Billy Crystal doing, I don't know, minorities.
Exactly.
Oh my God. He is, so first of all, he voices a penguin called, what's his name, like Brian Yakamoto or something?
Yeah.
He's a penguin who is playing for, he's doing gymnastics for the Asian team. Like, they don't have countries, obviously, because first of all, animals don't have countries, but so they have just continents. So you have the continent of Africa, and you have East Asia, I guess they call it Eurasia, and then they have, I forget what they call it, like Western Europe or just Europe in general. But they do have like a term for it. And then they have like North America and South America. And this penguin plays for Asia for some reason. I don't actually understand why it's a penguin playing for Asia, except that, hey, don't they have squinty eyes? And I'm like, are we really doing this?
Oh, yeah.
And that's bad enough, because when they do have when they have the one shot of what is obviously meant to be like a Tokyo train station or subway station, it's a bunch of penguins that are identical and wearing gray suits, and I'm just like, really? This is what we're going for here, guys? Yeah. So yeah, it's got that kind of stuff in it. It's not like the worst thing you've ever seen, but it's kind of like, really, that's such a cheap and lazy joke, and that come on. And also, I'm sorry, Asian people don't all look the same. Have you met any? Have you walked through Chinatown?
Yeah.
Anyway, so it's one of those very stupid sort of things. And so I wasn't surprised to see it in here, but it was a real like, ugh, really? That's what we're doing here? But then to have Billy Crystal being the voice. And it's not just that when he's the voice there. Why am I not surprised, though, that they're able to work in not just his Howard Cosell? That's fine. That kind of fits. But of course we have to get his Muhammad Ali impression.
Well, they are a package deal, sort of.
I know they're a package deal, but why do they have to be embodied in Billy Crystal? Because it's 1980, that's why. Billy Crystal, has he ever met a minority he doesn't want to impersonate? I mean, at least we're not getting the jazz man.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. So this actually has only 4 people doing voices.
Yeah.
You know when it's Billy Crystal.
Mm-hmm.
You know when it's Harry Shearer. Boy, do you know when it's Harry Shearer.
Like, it's some of the gags felt like, oh, this is just a Simpson thing.
Yes.
Because it's Harry Shearer talking.
It's Harry Shearer, and it's definitely like that voice that he would later could have bring to Kent Brockman.
Yeah.
Because he's doing a sports commentator who's like a bulldog or something. But it really is just kind of, it's not quite Kent Brockman, but it's basically that. It's definitely that type of voice. He does a couple other things in there too, but that's his main bit. And then you have Gilda Radner, and of course she's doing her Barbara Walters impression. So but she does all the other female voices as well.
Yeah.
So, and then the last person doing a voice, what is his name? Do you remember? Like, Michael Fremer.
Yeah.
And he does like the vast majority of all the other voices.
Yeah.
And he's great. Like his voices are all over the place.
He does the vast majority of other voices, and on the covers of this, he's never mentioned.
Yeah.
It just says featuring the voices of.
Which kind of stinks.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like that's not wrong. Gilda Radner is in this a lot.
Yeah.
Billy Crystal's in this more as it goes on, unfortunately. And, Harry Shearer's in it a fair amount, although he's probably has the least amount of vocal time in this.
Yeah.
But, this Michael Fremer is all over the place. And, I would say he does, like, the majority of the voices. He also co-wrote this.
Yeah.
It was him and this Stephen Lisberger. And then, so I'm looking at this, I'm like, Stephen Lisberger, that's a really familiar name. Where do I know that from? And then I look it up, I'm like, oh my God, this is the guy who makes Tron. That's his thing. He has 2 babies, Tron and Animalympics. What a strange family he has.
Animalympics was conceived of as 2 specials, one for the Summer Olympics, one for the Winter Olympics. At the time, they were both happening in the same year.
Yeah, I miss when that was the thing. I never liked when they split the Olympics into every 2 years.
Yeah, the Olympics were extremely popular in '76. I think corporations were desperate for everyone to think about something other than unionizing at the time.
Oh, is that? See, I wasn't there for the '70s.
like when you think of it, like people lose their faith in the government. And because of Nixon and all that.
True, yeah.
So it's just it was just a bad vibe,
right?
And then of course there's the oil crisis. There's all these things going on, and they're looking for anything to unify anyone.
This sounds terribly familiar, but go on.
Funny thing happened on the way to the Olympics this year. It was held in Moscow, and we didn't go.
Why is that, Dennis?
Because so Jimmy Carter and I think before him Gerald Ford, like they had condemned or I don't know, but they condemned the Soviets attacking Afghanistan.
Right. So basically what happened is the Soviets invaded Afghanistan.
That's our mistake to make.
Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. It's funny how that just doesn't happen now, where countries just don't go to a thing, even though.
Well,
I mean,
Russia is banned.
Yeah,
Russian athletes are banned.
They're not allowed to play as Russia or for Russia. They can kind of go as independent contractors, which is a kind of a dumb thing.
Yeah.
And also, look, I don't like the war in Ukraine, but there's a whole bunch of other countries that they could ban for the same reasons right now, and they don't.
Well, they can boo them now.
Boy, we didn't get to hear what this sounded like when J.D. Vance was on,
yeah,
introduced.
They just Turn the sound down.
Yeah.
I think the official reason is because of doping. Like there's widespread doping
Yes.
at Sochi or...
Sure. Yeah, no, that's true.
And before then, I don't know if you heard about this, but so our fighter, Rocky, had actually fought their fighter, Ivan Drago. And he was known to dope, but nothing was done about it at the time.
Don't you dare imply that Rocky dopes. You can say that about Sylvester Stallone all you want, but do not say that about Rocky.
Rocky would never dope.
No, absolutely not. So...
No, he eats his raw eggs. He puts raw eggs in the... That's all he does.
Yeah, he just eats it.
And then he carries a tree through the snow.
Look, man, that movie rocks.
It does. I love the fourth one.
It is probably the only good piece of American propaganda made in the last 50 years.
Yeah.
And by good, I mean, it's not good, but I mean, it is good. It's great.
Yeah.
So, speaking of things that are... I don't know if it's good or great, but I really liked this movie.
Yeah.
They commissioned it, and then because we didn't go to the Olympics in 80, we sat out. NBC's just like, we've got this cartoon on our hands and no reason to show it now. And if we showed it, everybody's just going to be really mad. So I guess they shelved it until the next Olympics.
Well, I think they showed it like overseas.
Again, does not count.
Where the Olympics were playing.
Yeah.
So everywhere but here. And then they, I think it got released to HBO, and that's how you guys got a hold of it.
Yeah, that's how I would have seen it as a kid.
And they probably showed it 84, for those Olympics.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The Los Angeles.
I remember the Los Angeles Olympics.
Yep.
I think we had gas station glasses or something that we got that had something to do with that, or McDonald's maybe.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't think we still have them anymore, but...
Did it have Mary Lou Retton on it?
No. It was just how they have drawings of people when you go into the bathroom and it's just a body with a circular head on it.
Oh, yeah, those.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? Okay,
yeah.
So that's what those glasses, they had
Right.
people swimming and people
That
running.
was like the big thing with the LA games.
Yeah.
Like they had those logos, and it was like a yeah.
Yeah, we used to have glasses. Anyway, so yeah, this movie,
Interesting mayor, by the way.
yeah, what was that?
So the games start, and they have there's a dragon in a cave that he starts the fire, and they run the fire up to the
First
cauldron.
of all, can we just stop for a second? They ignite the torch and then do the run, but they have a dragon ignite it. Now look, I understand that we're looking at anthropomorphic animals, and they're doing sports, and they're off an island off of Atlantis or whatever is going on where they built this stadium. Fine, and I can accept all of that. But these are all real animals. Now you have a dragon in there. You can't just introduce a dragon. Okay, fine. We have a dragon who sits. Well, where are the unicorns? Where's the manticore? Why don't we have a centaur doing a race? Come on, if you're gonna introduce fantastical beasts and whatever.
The thing is, the dragon was sleeping. Maybe all fantastical beasts are asleep.
No, well, wake them up. This doesn't seem right. You've got these horses wearing pants and stuff and doing interviews and pretending to be Swedish or whatever's going on in this thing, and yet you can't have a unicorn.
Yeah, he can't. I'm sorry.
That just doesn't seem right. So. But yeah, so we actually do start off with the usual. We've got people running the race to it's not a race. What do you call it? A relay. Yeah, they're doing a relay to light the cauldron on fire. Yep. Which am I wrong, or was that actually invented for the 36 Olympics? I'm pretty sure I've read that somewhere.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of Olympic stuff that they do for the Olympics that might have its, origins in Nazi Germany?
Oh, great.
Oh, Dennis. Yeah. Do you want to unpack that? No, not really. Yeah, it kind of bites when you think about it. Have you ever seen Olympia, the Riefenstahl film?
No.
I actually have.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, we won't go into that. Yep. Sorry, I don't want to think about Nazis, but it's the Olympics and it's America in 2026, and I can't stop thinking about Nazis. I can't imagine why. So...
Anyway, speaking of
of Nazis,
the mayor of this town is Richard Nixon as a walrus.
Now, look, if you're going to choose an animal to represent Richard Nixon, the walrus doesn't feel right.
No.
What would you have?
Uh,
A dog.
Yeah, I guess a
Like
bulldog or
a
something.
really mopey looking bulldog.
Yeah.
Why in the world they got a walrus? That doesn't no.
Who knows?
Bad choice. Bad idea, Brad Bird. Yeah, so this was apparently like largely animated by Brad Bird and another guy who went on to make The Lion King.
Yeah.
But Bird is a legend in animation, and this is kind of early stuff that he was doing before I guess he went to Disney, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This movie was later distributed by Disney, I think,
Was it?
because apparently Disney would show it, but cut out everything questionable.
Everything questionable.
Yeah. So the disco.
So they got rid of
the discos
Billy
and-
Crystal entirely.
Yeah. Well, probably not.
I would. They got rid of the disco?
Yeah.
Why?
So the
I mean, obviously that like octopus is about to have an orgy with a bunch of birds, but
So that's the thing. Like we like or like we were trying to predict what this movie would be about.
Mm-hmm.
I mentioned like, will they show on what happens behind the scenes? Yes, they do.
they actually do.
There's a disco where they.
About as much as you could show in a TV special that's mostly aimed towards children, they do imply that the animals are having sex when they are not on the slopes.
Not only that, there are a lot of butts.
So
in
many
this.
butts. So many lovingly animated butts in this. And
I
like,
swear, this is a furry recruitment video.
yes, it is. Dennis, it is.
It really is.
Look, I have a feeling that a lot of furry culture comes out of this and the Robin Hood movie, the Disney Robin Hood.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you put those two things together and you're getting a lot of furries. If you're a listener and you happen to be of that community, let us know actually if if we're right about that, because I do kind of think that's where a lot of stuff comes from. Like obviously people have been animating animals forever, but there is a certain care taken to how they're animating, so, like especially the lioness.
Yeah.
What's her name? Mambo.
Yeah. Kit Mambo.
Kit Mambo.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. They made her real sexy.
And then whoever drew that also drew like the lioness in The Lion King.
No kidding.
Yeah.
It looks just like, yeah. Exactly.
Frisky.
She does get accused of using catnip at one point too. So
there's a lot of like in the build up to like when they're showing all the athletes and stuff, like they show all these like fake magazine covers and stuff.
I love it.
One was called Dog's Life, but like the style of it reminded me of those Garbage Pail Kid drawings.
yeah, it's a bit
Those
Garbage
stickers.
Pail Kid
Yeah.
or like Wacky Packages or
Yeah.
anything where like they're imitating, like stuff that you've seen. So like there was People, but I forget what they actually
It's called
it.
Peeper.
Peeper. God. My favorite one actually is Variety was renamed Uniformity. Which is a really interesting shot at both Variety magazine and the industry in general.
It feels like there was a lot of jokes like that just
Yeah.
snuck in.
Or puns or references, and this is basically something for the adults when they're watching it, as well as the butts are definitely for the adults as they're watching this. But I'm sorry, I can't stop thinking about that.
Oh.
For instance, we have an American swimmer who is an otter, and his name is he's a surfer. That's like his big thing is he's a surfer, but in this he is there for swimming, and his name is Dean Wilson.
Yeah.
So Dean is obviously for like Dean Torrance of Jan and Dean.
Yeah.
But the Wilson part is pick your Wilson brother, any of them. You got a whole set of Beach Boys right there. Probably was it Carl was actually the one who was a surfer?
Yeah, but I'm gonna pick Dennis.
You're gonna go with Dennis. No, he's about as hairy as Dennis.
Yeah.
So
And he was the actual surfer of the band, so.
that's what. No, I thought it was Carl was the surfer. Or is it?
No,
or is
no,
it
Dennis was the only one that actually.
I can't remember which one was the real surfer. But the point is, this is obviously like just kind of throwing something to people who remember surfing culture and the Beach Boys and like all of that. And of course, he has like, he meditates and he does all that kind of stuff, and he's a vegan and whatnot.
Yeah.
Which, first of all, otters are not, but fine, that's whatever. But there's other like kind of jokes in there too. Like at one point they're giving like the credits for like the characters of who are did the show. The behind the scenes stuff. Like they'll show you sometimes, and they show like a beaver who is the editor, and the beaver was named like Gary Mathers. And that is like a joke that is not only okay. So Gary Mathers is obviously supposed to be Jerry Mathers. Jerry Mathers played Beaver on Leave It to Beaver.
Yeah.
And of course, who else would do editing but a beaver since they got those teeth?
Yeah.
It's like a nicely layered little joke. I appreciate that. I'm so happy they put stupid stuff like that in there. You know?
It took you, what, 40 years to get?
At least. More at this point. Yeah. And I saw Leave It to Beaver as a kid, but no, of course I didn't get that joke. I also haven't seen this movie in like 40 years, so.
Yeah.
The one thing I remembered, and I brought it up before, was the Shangri-La bit, which of course here is called Dog-ra-la.
Yeah.
So yeah, that actually...
And remember the fencing.
I did not remember the fencing thing at all. So there is a scene in here. Like, it's just a bunch of vignettes, right? So there's no plot to this other than the marathon between René Fromage, a French goat, who is racing against Kit Mambo, a African lioness.
Yeah.
They are basically neck and neck the whole time. And the only running plot is they hate each other, they fall in love.
Yeah.
All I could think about was, do you remember Free to Be You and Me?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember they do a version of Atalantia's Atalantia's race?
Mm-hmm.
And it was basically the same plot?
Yeah.
And I'm sure they were aware of that.
Mm-hmm.
But this was less gooey because it's not Free to Be You and Me.
Yeah.
But it's basically the same thing where it's like, they want to beat each other.
In the circle of friendship begun doesn't end. I could sing a lot of other songs.
Aw, that's sweet. But so one of the things that there is a scene of fencing. So I love to watch fencing during the Olympics. So I don't remember this bit at all, though. You've got this warthog who cheats his way through everything, and he beats up this little flying squirrel, and he gets the gold.
Who's one of his attributes was that he was sacrificial.
Yes. Basically, he's the last guy we're just going to throw at this warthog. And so he goes to the podium to get his gold medal, and all of a sudden, this bird, what was her name? The Countess?
Yeah.
Or something like that? Or Contessa, I guess it was. Of course, voiced by Gilda Radner, she appears in the skylights saying, you've gone too far. And she comes down and starts fighting him. It's a really fun scene. It's such a well-made little scene. A lot of the film is that type of stuff. That kind of fun animation, just these little vignettes. And also, God damn it, one of these days I want to see somebody actually do that at the Olympics where they're like, hey, man, you cheated, and we're going to fight this out here in the middle of everybody.
Well, maybe this Olympics.
Fingers crossed, baby. And so they had things like that. They had the Calamari brothers doing the luge.
You just cracked up whenever a squid would show on.
Squids are funny. Yeah. I don't know, especially these squids. They were so fun. Like, I don't know.
Squid Games.
Oh, thank God this wasn't Squid Games. But I don't know. Yes, there are certain things that are just inherently funny, and four squid brothers hanging out together and trying to do like a bobsled is inherently funny.
So there was a basketball game, and the doctor shows up, as in Dr. J, our Dr. J, which is actually our second meeting of the doctor in a movie of ours.
You keep saying the doctor like he's one of the Doctors Who.
Maybe. A future one. We don't know.
Well, fair enough. Actually, his name is Dr. Abdul Jones, which makes me think it's actually like Dr. J meets Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But he has a 6 on it. It's obviously
It's also, yeah, it's definitely supposed to be
Dr.
Dr.
dunks,
J.
which is what Dr. J does.
Yeah.
But, and we saw Dr. J in...
Starman.
In Starman.
Yeah, they're watching a Sixers game.
Yeah.
And someday we're going to do The Fish That Saved Pittsburgh.
Someday. I don't know why Dr. J is in Pittsburgh and not Philip. But
why? Yeah, why?
I don't know. The thing is, like, he's from, he's from New York.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
But he was playing in
Long Island Net.
Pittsburgh doesn't even have a basketball team.
No. But that's kind of a part of, I don't want to spoil anything.
Okay, yeah.
I don't want to give away important plot points.
To The Fish That Saved Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So, all right. Okay, let's see. We also have, the gator. I forget the gator's name now.
Yeah.
But there's an alligator in this, and his whole thing is he does like a couple different sports, and but he's mostly like track and field.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, they decided he talks like John Travolta.
Yeah.
And I genuinely don't know why, unless they went and animated the disco scene before anything else, because they have him basically dancing dressed like John Travolta in Saturday Night Fever. And did they work backwards from that, or did they work up to that? And I'm just so curious, because otherwise, some of his training montage, you think Rocky.
Yeah.
You know, because they show him boxing and he's running. And so they're basically doing a Rocky, but they're giving his voice John Travolta. And I'm like, okay, look, we haven't done Staying Alive. At some point, we'll have to. Around the same time, wasn't it?
I think that's later 80s.
No.
Really?
No,
It's
the sequel.
1980?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. You want to look it up? I will look that up. 83.
Yeah, way later.
That is not way later. But that definitely did not influence Animalympics. Okay, so fair enough.
No.
But yeah, so, you know, it's all these little things like that, all these cultural references, these jokes. And God damn it, that is what cartoons are for. First of all, they don't get to make cartoon shorts like they used to. They don't really do stuff like this much anymore. It's rare that you find stuff where they're doing cultural references that kind of let kids in on the dominant culture. Adventure Time would reference Cheers and other things. But even then, like, it's not a lot of stuff. You don't have 7-minute shorts of a guy who, you know, they throw in, for whatever reason, Peter Lorre or Humphrey Bogart. Today, I don't know what the equivalent would be. We kind of don't live in a time with stars anyway. So, like, you know, I'm saying, like, we don't have kids being clued in on culture through cartoons. And I'm like, I don't know that we have a culture anymore anyway. So what does it matter? You know, the Simpsons would be a perfect thing for that. The Simpsons used to do that all the time. But the Simpsons aren't really geared at kids anyway, although kids watch it. And I certainly did as a kid. I'm about to read a book about how culture has largely been stuck since the year 2000. And, you know, you don't want to take that as gospel. There have definitely been changes and stuff.
Have you read a book like that before?
No.
Oh.
But I don't think a book was really written about that until... Like, I've read up on, like, the stockists and stuff, you know.
I feel like you've talked about that for a while.
Yeah. Well, it's because I'm bored.
Yeah. Since I met you. What do you think of 10cc as the band doing the music for this?
There are a lot of musical sequences in this.
Yeah.
And that's when they break out the glitter.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of glittery animation, and that feels
this
very
is
much...
like a Trapper Keeper.
Yeah.
Like neon.
A lot of neon, a lot of things that kind of glow on screen, and a lot of glitter. And that feels so 1980. Like, specifically a very narrow range of time from about 77 to 83. This isn't the only time I've seen this. There's that sequence in Xanadu, the animated sequence.
Oh, yeah, very much.
Right.
Yeah.
Don Bluth, a very Don Bluth looking thing. Like, that's very much the same sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
There are bits of animation in this that are, like, within a very narrow time. You know, like by the middle 80s, like, Disney's certainly not doing anything like that.
Yeah.
But nobody's doing anything like this.
It's like roller rink
Yes.
core or something.
Roller rink core. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Dennis, that's exactly what this is. And
Yeah.
so is playing 10cc.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you think of the music?
I don't know. So I think Godley and Cream had already left the band by then. And I feel like they were kind of the creative juices of the band
Yeah.
or something. I don't know. It's very yacht rocky.
If I found out that Todd Rundgren had produced the music, I would have said, well, yeah, obviously.
Maybe kind of compare it to heavy metal, which is around
The
the
film,
same time.
the film Heavy Metal.
Yeah,
Yes, which is around the same time, yeah.
Around the same time. Who was the band with that? Was that Blue Oyster Cult?
Well, there was a lot of music in
Oh, that's right. It was a bunch of bands.
It was- yeah. Yeah, there was definitely some music in there that kind of there's some definitely music in Heavy Metal that was not heavy metal.
Oh, yeah, I know.
But there was also Devo, which was great.
Yeah, Devo was great. but it's like both those movies are just so dated and so stuck in this very time period.
This very specific time period, this very specific aesthetic.
Yeah.
The sound, the music made me feel like I was sitting in the back seat of my mom's car.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it has that sound. I don't know, like, yeah, if you've heard yacht rock is a good way to put it.
They did that song, I'm Not in Love. I'm Not in Love.
That's a good song.
Yeah, it's great.
Like, I'm not really into this style of music, but I'm Not in Love is a great song.
That was Godley and Cream.
Well, that was good.
There's this guy who does videos on, like, how songs are made on
Is this the Rock Doctor, or is this something else?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
But it just talked about how like that was just like all these layered, like they just kind of like did these layered like chords of people singing, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But there's nothing like that in this one.
No, I mean it's fine. The music is it's very of its time, but like I said, it reminded me of anything of like Todd Rundgren, and I'm not really a Todd Rundgren person, but it fits this. It definitely works for this, and I didn't hate it. I wouldn't run out and get the soundtrack, although the soundtrack is long out of print, which kind of surprises me. But then what's in print these days? So
what do you think of hockey in this? Because this is the Miracle on Ice year.
Yeah.
And
well, I mean, it's kind of what I want from a hockey game.
It was North America versus Eurasia.
Eurasia, and so Eurasia is always a stand-in for Russia.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny about. Well, we'll get to that in a second, but yeah, I liked the hockey sequence.
Mm-hmm.
I also liked the soccer. I'll talk about that in a second. What did you think of the hockey? And the fact that this is the year of Miracle on Ice. So that wouldn't have happened yet when this came out, right?
Yeah. It was kind of the typical reflecting on the 70s style of hockey where it was, everybody punch everybody in the face.
Yeah, an incredibly brutal game. Yeah. So there's just like a
one
lot
thing,
of people.
Goddard shoots 6 spectators injured. That was like part of the game plan.
As much blood on the ice as possible.
Yeah.
If anything, it made me want to go and watch Slapshot.
Yeah.
Because it's been a few years. I also liked the soccer game in this. Football for those of you who are not in the United States. But
there was probably grumbling when this was shown in Europe.
Fair enough. You know what it reminded me of, though? The soccer game in Bedknobs and Broomsticks.
Oh, okay.
Which is also just kind of a fun animated sequence.
Is that the wolves in this one?
Yeah. No, there were dachshunds versus...
Right.
Oh, what were they playing against?
Llamas? Was that
llamas, yeah.
South American llamas?
Yeah, South American llamas and the dachshunds from not Germany.
Right.
And I say not Germany. We brought up that they are representing different continents, and yet you still heard national anthems being played in the background. So when the Eurasians would win, they would play the Russian national anthem. When the Germans won something... I don't know if it was the downhill skiing or whatever. You heard, Deutschland, Deutschland, über alles. When the Americans won, you heard the Star Spangled Banner. So it was kind of funny that you can't say the name of any countries, but they're definitely using national anthems.
Oh, and when they're showing comparing the two cross country, Kit and Renee.
Yeah.
It shows Europe versus Africa, and for Europe it's just France.
Yeah.
And then Africa is all of Africa.
Right.
And then it shows them it gives them arms and legs to show them running.
And it's so on the one hand, yeah, I suppose if you cut out just Kenya and made her body Kenya and his body France, people wouldn't know what Kenya looked like.
Yeah.
Although it would be as correct as just making France stand in for all of Europe.
But you could have done all of Europe with a boot and
right. Yes. Why not just make him all of Europe? Why make him just France?
Yeah, that was
there's some sloppy choices in here.
Some of the animation, you know what? It reminded me of Electric Company style animation.
Yeah.
Or some of the animation you'd see on Sesame Street or something.
I really liked the animation in this. So, a lot of the animation was led by Roger Allers, who went on and became a huge Disney guy. So he directed The Lion King. He did a lot of stuff on Beauty and the Beast and Little Mermaid and Aladdin. And Brad Bird we brought up, and of course Brad Bird made The Iron Giant and Ratatouille. And I mean, obviously, animation, you have a ton of people working on these things, but usually you have certain people will take over certain characters or certain sequences. And so those were kind of the big names that came out of this. And I just love this style. And I understand why we don't do pen and ink animation anymore. Who am I saying? We first. But I understand why they don't do pen and ink animation anymore, because it is more time consuming, it is labor intensive, etc. But we've really lost something with the way that with the way that animation is frequently done using computers. And it kind of bums me out. The one thing I really liked in that Mary Poppins Returns movie, there was a lot not to like about it, whatever. But they did have an animated sequence, much like the original Mary Poppins, and they did it in the style of 1960s Disney animation. so that it reminded you of the old Mary Poppins, right? And it was so nice to see that in that one sequence. And I wish that something that has that sort of look and that weight of the way that they do characters, I wish something of that would come back. I realize that kids are now trained to only see like cartoons look a certain way if it's coming from certain studios. Like everything looks like DreamWorks, everything looks like, Disney, whatever. Everything looks like Pixar. But I also think we're not giving them enough credit. I think, kids could accept, like, what I'm saying is somebody told me, well, kids wouldn't like the way that old style looks. They think it looks weird. And I'm thinking that tells me that can't possibly be true. How does that look weird and like Steven Universe doesn't look weird to them? Like that doesn't make sense to me. Although obviously little children, I don't know if they're watching Steven Universe because that show's been off for a couple years. But you know what I'm saying? Like you look at Bluey. It's like the only animated show I could think of that's on right now. Bluey, right? The dog. Yeah. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the Australian dog.
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason kids can't watch that and then not watch something like this. This more weighted style.
The way this is edited, the pacing is of a shorter thing. It jumps right into it. Like there's all these logos and everything's just really fast.
Well, it's trying to do the wide world of sports, right?
Yeah. It would have made more sense if it was 2 40-minute specials, which is what it was supposed to be. Here, because everything was mixed together, like there's kind of no discerning between like winter and summer sports in this. Like they just kind of edited it all together. It's kind of a weird vibe because of how it's edited.
You're right. No, I see what you're saying. It's jumping back and forth between winter and summer games, which doesn't really make a lot of sense. And the pacing is kind of odd because, as you said, it's supposed to be similar to watching, ABC Sports or whatever, but it goes on too long. And so like, even where I liked everything in this, it kind of loses steam where it feels disjointed in a weird way.
Yeah, like if they had intended to make a 78-minute thing, I think they would have developed like a character a little bit more, any character. Yeah.
Because otherwise, the only kind of through line we have are the two runners, Renee and Kit. Otherwise, we check back in with characters, but it's like that and the dog who gets lost and ends up in Shangri-La. But even that, like, it doesn't take up a whole lot of screen time.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, so we said there was no death. Maybe there was death, though.
Where?
There was a lot of things getting crushed.
It's a cartoon.
I don't know.
I don't think anybody actually dies in this. I mean, yes, there's a very flat people and there's some flat lizards. Yeah. And like but I don't think anybody's. I don't know.
There's those geckos that are.
Oh, that's true.
In the cereal.
That's right. The gator eats
living.
Geckos. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. The geckos are dead.
Yeah.
Let's see. Was there an angry dad? There's a lot of angry coaches.
A lot of angry coaches.
Yeah.
There's a coach. There's a coach with a noose around his neck.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah. That felt kind of Looney Tunes.
Yes.
Like the kind of crazy Looney Tunes.
Yeah. Was there a love triangle? No. I mean, again, there's an octopus that's going to definitely bed like 6 different chickens, but that's not really a love triangle.
I don't think it was love.
No.
Taking what you can get.
Yeah. What else? Is there a cool car?
Was there?
No, I mean, no. I don't remember any cars at all.
There's bicycles at one point.
What? Yeah.
No.
I guess that's about it.
Huh.
Is there a dog?
Yeah.
Yes, there's lots of dogs.
And he goes to dog heaven.
Dog-rela.
Dog-rela.
It's not heaven.
Which is where, and what Dog-rela is a bunch of lady dogs.
It's a bunch of lady dogs who feed him grapes, and he gets to skate around without being freezing on the top of a mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not quite Lost Horizon, but that's fine. I'll take it. Yeah. Lost Horizon, much like this, has some kind of really uncomfortable stereotypes about Asian people, so that's fine.
Oh, boy, of course.
Yeah, of course it does.
Yeah.
So.
But I think I heard our dog, Wolfie, like sigh during that scene.
Why? He wants to go to Dog-rela?
Of course.
That dude is so old, he wouldn't know what to do with a bunch of lady dogs.
He would fly what was it? Parrot.
Hang glide.
Hang glider. Yeah.
At one point they're just hang gliding.
Yeah.
Sure, why not? So yeah, that's Animalympics. What'd you think, Dennis? Seeing this as a full-grown adult.
It was fun. The animation was better than I expected.
Yeah.
70s and 80s animation it's just so many corners cut, especially like Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah. This doesn't feel like that at all.
Yeah, so I grew up with Laugh Olympics, the Hanna-Barbera Olympics, and I was disappointed even then. Yeah, everybody's was Olympic crazy in the 70s, and it didn't deliver.
No.
And I kind of wish I had seen this, as some kind of resolution. Finally see cartoon animals reveling in victory. Or be taunted by Howard Cosell.
Yeah, so Howard Cosell is a turkey in this.
Yeah.
And Barbara Walters is like a stork.
Yeah.
So that fits. I don't understand why the main host, though, was a turtle who is Henry Kissinger. Did Henry Kissinger ever host the Olympics? I don't know what that's about. That's so, like...
Hey, can I do my Henry Kissinger? Whatever.
Nixon Walrus I understood, but this is baffling. So that was Animalympics, starring Gilda Radner, Billy Crystal, Harry Shearer, and doing most of the voices, Michael Fremer. Written by Steven Lisberger, Michael Fremer, Roger Allers, and John Norton, and directed by Steven Lisberger, who otherwise is known for Tron.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know why that seems weird to me, but it does. So, all right. You, of course, can follow us on social media. We are Mary vs. Movies on all of your major platforms. We are on Instagram and TikTok and all the rest of them, except Tumblr, where it is Mary versus the Movies. We, of course, have a website, maryvsmovies.com, where you can find out all kinds of stuff about what we do. What else? We have a Patreon where you can help support the show for $3 a month so that, we can watch movies like this and we can put it out on the web. And, hosting costs money and Zoom accounts cost money and all kinds of things cost money. So $3 a month, patreon.com/MaryVSMovies. And if you do that, of course, you get access to our other show, Hollywood Avalon, a monthly podcast where we talk about Arthurian stuff, specifically movies, TV shows, records. We covered Rick Wakeman's King Arthur and his Knights and the King Arthur on Ice special, which, again, no, it does not work. At least as far as like the skating goes. What else? We, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, lots of Bugs Bunny cartoons. We just did a silent film, Parsifal from 1912. We do, we're going to at some point do Apocalypse Now, because that is technically a Holy Grail film. Anyway, so yes, if you want to hear us talk about more movies and TV shows and whatnot, but you want to hear about it as being about like Arthurian, patreon.com/MaryVSMovies. Next week, we're sticking with the Olympic theme. We are doing Cool Runnings, which I'm kind of excited for. Otherwise, that's it for now, and until next time.
I'm Ruggs Turkle, and I'll be bringing you, me,